Hello. How's everybody today? I'm going to be doing an auction preview of the lots that I'm selling in tomorrow's dAFi auction. dAFi is a Disabled Artists Foundation, and every month on the second Saturday of the month, we do a fundraiser auction. And this month, the theme is Vintage Women. So I'm going to be selling a few lots, 10 actually. And since it's easier to do a preview where we can, hey, Christy, where we can have more time showing what we've got since we go so fast. Hi, Nikki, since we go so fast during the auction. So I wanted to do a preview of the 10 lots that I'm contributing to tomorrow's auction. So this is my lot number 1. So this will be a quick live, y'all. This is my lot number 1, and I'm calling this a vintage denim pocket of ephemera. So I love all things vintage. I couldn't resist, so I had to make some things for the auction. So this is actually a pocket, a full pocket. You see it's got the back on it. And I thought if you didn't want to use this in a journal, which would be super cool, I attached some vintage lace here so you could hang it. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for coming. So I just covered my little pocket with some pretty lace, and then I added this vintage piece, like an applique piece, and you can see it's got like a flower basket theme. And then I just put some glass pearls here, and then I added a gold vintage brooch on here. So this is just pinned on. You can take this off as well. And then, it's a pocket, so a pocket has to have things in it. So I stuffed it with some ephemera, keeping in mind the vintage women theme. So inside of this one, we've got this cute little tag. I thought that's cute. So you could actually use these ephemera pieces in a vintage journal. This is like a journaling card that you could journal on the back. And then you could use your pocket inside a journal or to hang it up. This is another pretty journaling card. Ooh, got a piece of denim on there. And I used my Tim Holtz paper dolls in here to be the vintage women. And then this is an alterations tag. So this is the ephemera that goes inside of this pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So, I couldn't just do one of these. I had 2 pockets, right? A pair of jeans has 2 pockets. So I did the other pocket as well. So this is also going to be lot 1. It's going to kind of be like a, which one do you want? So this is the first one that you just saw. And then the second one is this one. I tried to use vintage stuff when I was altering these and making these too. So again, it's another pocket. I used some very vintage eyelet lace up here on this one. And then it's got some pretty rhinestone box chain across the top. And then there's a really delicate lace on this side. And then this one kind of poking out from the back. And then down here, I made a cluster with some vintage doilies. And then this is actually from a vintage earring. It's kind of like a taupey, pearly, kind of shiny vintage earring. And the same thing, it's got a piece to hang on the back. Oh, thanks, Christy. So it's got a piece to hang on the back. And then let's look at the ephemera pieces that are in here for this one, because they're not identical. So we've got, I know it's vintage women, but I put a little vintage guy in there too. So you've got this little tag. You've got this little tag. I love this one. And she's got a little bulb pin with some dangles. Isn't she sweet? And then you've got this journaling card, and I love this one too. Just a girl and her puppy. This is a coffee dyed, I think it's an index card. And then this one. And this one's another one of the alteration tags. It's got a little tab that was stitched on, and then some coffee dyed fabric that was stitched on. And this little piece down here is one of my precious hoarded tatting pieces. So that's a piece of tatting right there. So these are the 4 ephemera pieces that come inside this pocket. So these guys, the pockets, are lot 1 for me tomorrow. Let me see. Lot 2 is something that was part of a class that I taught for dAFi during the Vintage Arts series. And this one is an altered Reader's Digest book. Sorry, I can't talk. So I decorated the cover. You can see there's some pretty trim, pearl and bling trim down the side. And then we've got a whole bunch of, it's hard to see, there's lots of layers, but underneath here there is some coffee dyed fabric. And there's all kinds of doilies. And this is one big applique piece that's got crystals and pearls and seed beads on it. And then there's a popcorn doily in there here. Oh, thanks, Nikki. And then when you turn over the spine, you can see the doily piece, popcorn doily piece, or pineapple doily piece here. And then you've got the popcorn doily in the middle. And then you've got this little Tim Holtz ruler bit with a little couple of little vintage doilies and a button on here. And I kind of distressed the ruler too. I really wanted to put a bolt pin in here with some dangles, but it's not long enough to fit through this hole. And then you can see it just carries over to the back cover as well. And this is, let me see, the copyright on this Reader's Digest is 1979, and it's in really good condition. And this was kind of like a class that I was teaching, so this is kind of like the prototype. So it's not a finished book on the inside. Hi, Sherry. So I was just showing people what you could do with your Reader's Digest book. But as you can see, I'll just do a quick flip. There are photos in here. The pages are nice and yellowy from age all by themselves, which is great. And then what I was showing in the class was that what you could do with this book, because I did remove some pages, full disclaimer, I did remove some pages because it's an altered book. So the choices of things you could do is you could decoupage inside of it. So I was showing that example on this page. You could gesso over some of your pages to make this like an art journal or even a glue book. And then this next page, I've got 2 pages glued together to make it a little more sturdy, like if you're glue booking. So you could make it like a collage book, an art journal, a glue book, or a combination of the 3. And then I just showed how you can stitch a little lace ruffle on your page. And I actually did that on the machine, which was not easy. So this is lot 2. It's the Vintage Altered Reader's Digest book. Okay, lot 3 is actually a design team project that I made for Misty Blackburn's design team, which is Mac Jewelry and More. And it's an altered file folder. And it's kind of got some vintage women on it. Like you can see her right here. It kind of goes along with the theme. So it's a really pretty file folder that I altered. And let me see, as you can see on the front, these are pockets. So all of these, like that's a vintage lady. All of these little tags, there's another one, come out. So these are little slots to keep your little tags. And there's another bigger set, something stuck, of tags on this side. So the tags all go in the side slots here. And we've got some linen on it, some lace, some rhinestones. We have a little dangle here with some pearls. And then on the bottom, it's got vintage laces and flat back pearls. Hi, Tina. And then there's some glossy accents on some of the areas of the file folder. And then you can see some shimmer down here. And then you've got, I think Amy dyed this. I think I got that in the purple pack material. And then you can see there's a little bit of detail inside the folder. And then we've got some vintage lace here and some flowers. And then the back of the folder looks like this. I didn't want to get too fancy on the back or chunky in case you had it laying flat somewhere. But of course, it needs to be loaded, right? I can't just do an empty file folder. So here now you can see maybe inside. This is from Misty's Inspire Me digital kit. I should have said, sorry. And so inside of this, in addition to the tags that come, on the side, you've got a journaling card. Pretty. Another journaling card. You've got 2 altered paper clips that can go inside of your journal. Another journaling card with this pretty lady. And then another one with her. Thanks, Tina. This was a fun kit to work with. And then you've got another tag. And then a booklet. So this is a little booklet with the same kit kind of printed on a smaller size. You can see Pansy sticker, Amy's purple doily, purple ticket, which is a tuck, some purple paper, more of the pansy paper with a tab, some little paper clipped spots. So just a cute little booklet that if you actually wanted to make a journal that coincided with this. Oh, and then inside the signature, you've got 2 little butterfly dangles there. So you've got a whole bunch of ephemera that matches your file folder, or you could buy the kit and make your own journal, and you've got the ephemera already made for you matching. Okay, so these go back in here. So this is my lot number 3. Okay, lot number 4, I have to tell y'all, is something I've been working on for a really long time. And it was way back, I think, over the summer that some of us were chosen to pick a dAFi digital partner and pick a kit. And the lovely Tammy Porter printed pieces from the kit for us on the most amazing papers. And we had to make a journal with it. So I've been working on it, and it's one, of course, that I picked that I would love. So now I want it. So this is that project. After months of working on it, it's finally come to completion, and it's going to go up for sale in this auction. I have to take a drink. Give me 1 second. So this journal was made with the kit from My Porch Prints called Faded Roses, which, if you know me, I love roses. This fabric is fabric that I found that is one of my favorite pieces of fabric ever. So this is what the front cover looks like. It's got some laces on it and trim. And then I didn't want to cover up this beautiful pattern, so I didn't over embellish it. It's got a ruffle on the spine with a bulb pin and some seam binding and some dangles. And then it's got some more of the same lace and trim on the inside. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Oh, allergies are killing me. So inside this cover pocket, you've got a stitched index card that was coffee dyed with a doily. This was made by Girly Girl Creates, Michelle. And then this is an envelope. That was one of the pieces from the kit. I just put a little pretty rose applique. And it's got some goodies in here, so I'll leave that for the person that gets this. It's 3 signatures. I didn't count how many pages. I probably should do that before tomorrow. So let's see. The first signature, I'll just do a quick flip through. These are all gorgeous pages from the kit. I used a lot of the, oh my gosh, I can't think of the oxide that I used to distress a lot of these pages. We've got a fabric flip with a little coffee dyed ruffle and a button on it with a little sticker. There's some stamping throughout the journal. This is a little pocket with some ephemera pieces in it. Like, for example, look at this. Some of them were printed on vellum. Oh, thank you so much, Nikki. That's so sweet. And this was printed on vellum. Is that not the most gorgeous thing? Love that. This paper is pink doily coffee dye. This is also by Michelle, Girly Girl Creates. There's some stamping. This kit is so gorgeous. It inspired me. And since I love roses, this was like a labor of love to make this one. There's a little seed packet. There's obviously some goodies in there. This is a tuck, and this is wallpaper with roses on it. This is a gorgeous Tammy Porter coffee dyed paper with the roses on it, and it's actually got some, I don't know if you can see it, it's lightly sparkled. There you go. Lightly sparkled on that. Just gorgeous. She does amazing paper too. And even the back side is awesome, right? I used a lot of these little paper clips in this journal. This is a flip out. It's actually a greeting card, but I made it as a flip out. And this is what, it's an old Victorian invitation with the roses on it. I just thought that went perfect in here. Let's see. Aren't these papers, isn't this kit just gorgeous? I wanted to not do too much to cover up the beautiful kit because I just love the design of it. And I know a lot of people like lots of writing space. This is a little fold out. It's got some lace and a vintage button here. It's wallpaper, so you could use that to do some journaling in here. Coffee dyed music paper, little tag paper clip to that one. This is a double pocket. I made it out of a doily that I distressed. So inside the doily is this coffee dyed tag by Michelle. And then I added another little wallpaper rose tuck here to make it a double. And then this is another little tag that fits in there. This page has a chenille tab with a vintage button. So that's the center of the first signature. This is another little wallpaper tuck with a little file folder with ephemera. We've got a little ruffle piece here, the matching paper from the cover. This is a cute little paper clip that I made out of ledger paper. And then I just put some of this really pretty textured thread in a vintage button. And it sits right here in this pink doily. And the pink doilies are from Amy as well, Hags. That's her pink pack. Let me see more pretty paper. This is a piece from a vintage journal, some more stamping. This is one of those gorgeous pieces printed on ephemera. Isn't that beautiful? So I paper clipped that, and this is one of Tammy's papers, the other side of that. And then you've just got a little, this is a pocket, and you've just got a little piece of quilted batted material here that I zigzag stitched and put one of these vintage pink glass buttons from my stash. I don't know if you can see that. Those are hoarded. So it's a pocket, and there's a little booklet inside this pocket and some other ephemera pieces. Not going to show all of it because I want the person who gets it to have some fun looking at all of it. This is a pocket. And let me see, a belly band with that same vintage lace. Let's see. That's the end of the first signature. This is the beginning of the second. It's 3 signatures. Oh, we have a page sticking together. There we go. Got the little ruffle piece here. Now I know how care feels. It's hard to show a journal this quick. You've got, this is an old glassine envelope, and I put like a paper cluster with a rose on that, some washi tape. That's paper clipped. Another little ephemera piece. Some Michelle's paper with the chenille tab. This is another little cluster with a piece of tatting on it. And then there's a belly band on this side. So I've got a big coffee dyed envelope with some little embellishments here full of ephemera. Got this piece. That's a flip. Another envelope that matches like a coin envelope that came with the kit, and a really vintage doily. That's a tuck in the corner made out of ledger paper with some ephemera sticker. Hi, Tammy. Let me see. Oh, okay. And then this is another one of those little wallpaper fold outs, journaling spot. And I just put that on with some really pretty washi tape. This page is a favorite. This is one of the Timmy frames on here. And I just kept distressing it with the pink. Tammy, I can't remember. What's the name of the pink oxide that I love? Tattered Rose. That's it. So this is Tattered Rose. And that's framing one of these gorgeous vellum pieces. So I love that page. I just love this kit. I don't know if you can tell, but another tuck with a little file folder. No, it's Tattered Rose. That's the one I love. And here's like more Michelle's paper. So pretty. I love the combination. That's a little spot for journaling. I love the combination of the roses and the vintage and all of these colors. This journal is very me. If I could make a journal for myself, it would look like this. Another little tuck spot. Some stamping. So we're at the third signature. This is another one of Tammy Porter's beautiful pieces. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that one. Thank you, Tina. Okay, third signature. We've got another little cluster here. Fabric cluster at the bottom of the page. Got a little die cut. Some stamping. Another one of the wallpaper fold-out writing spots. Some washi. This belly band, and this has got one of those vellum pieces at the top, and then this is another one of the envelopes that comes with the kit full of goodies. Another one of Tammy's gorgeous papers. You've got a tag paper clip to that one. This one, you've got one of Amy's pink. This is Pink Sparkle. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a Pink Sparkle index card that I just stitched a ruffle onto with a vintage button. So there's tons of writing space in this journal. Another piece of ephemera. Tuck with the ledger, and that's a guest check that I stamped. One of the pink ones. Another chenille tab on this page. This one's got another fabric flip. Some stamping. Another one of the gorgeous vellum pieces. So pretty. Another belly band with that fabric, and this one's holding in a little vintage time card with some fabric and lace stitched to it. Another file folder with some of the matching trim, some goodies in there. And then at the very back, you have another pocket here with another long, tall, skinny coin envelope with goodies in it that matches the kit, and another piece of ephemera. So that is the Faded Roses journal using the kit from My Porch Prints that I've been working on. And as you can see, it's a fat one. I purposely didn't put a closure on it because it's a fat one. So this is lot 4 for tomorrow. Okay. Lot 5 is something kind of cool. So, you know, if you're a vintage woman, you like to entertain, and you've got kids most probably. So this is a vintage donkey party, and it says, and 2 other games. So this is actually copyrighted from, oh my gosh, what did we say? We looked it up. Tammy and I looked it up yesterday. Okay, 1941. This is from 1941. Thank you, Sherry. And if you're an eBayer, this is going for $14 on eBay. So it actually has inside of it, the box is collapsed, but everything is in good condition and is all in here. So it's got your little tails, your donkey tails. Some have been used. One even has the pin still in it. Oh my goodness. And then you've got a whole other sheet of tails that haven't been cut yet. You've got the directions for the other 2 games. Isn't that crazy? I think we used these when we were kids. I mean, who doesn't remember being blindfolded and told to pin the tail on the donkey? And then you can see the actual donkey paper here. And it's in really good shape for 1941. Before Nintendo. So all of the pieces are in here. I think that's a really cool, fun vintage find. So that is lot 5. And lot 6, I know, is another item that's on eBay, and this one's going for more money. I know Jean Peter loves this. So if you're a Girl Scout fan, you have the Brownie Scout paper dolls. So this is going to be my lot 5. No, lot 6. So this one says Brownie Scout, 39 official uniforms of foreign nations paper doll. And then we looked this one up, and it's from the 40s as well. Again, the box is collapsed, but even the little cellophane here is still intact. So you've got, here's your paper doll, and she's pretty sturdy, and she's got her little hair on here. And then you can see it's got all the little, some of these have been cut out, all the little dresses from the different countries. Like this one says it's a brownie uniform. This one says it's from Italy. So it's all the different, you know, uniforms from the different countries. How cool is that? This one says France, France. This one says Norway. And then there's all the rest of these are page after page of more dresses from different countries. Oh, look, some even have the hats. So this one is going on eBay for $30 to $40 because, you know, a lot of people collect Girl Scout items. I know Jean Peter loves Girl Scout stuff. So this awesome little paper doll set is, what did I say, lot 6. Sorry for the crinkle. Okay. Lot 7. Not really vintage women so much, but more vintage. is this little bag. It's a velvet bag, and it's got a bulb pin with a couple of dangles, and that gives away what's inside the blue. So lot 7 is a 6-piece batch of clusters that I made, and they're kind of in the blue and tan themes. And you get 6 of them. They're vintage doilies. Some have vintage buttons, some have vintage, like that's doily. Some have vintage lace bits, fabric. So this is lot 7, the 6-piece of the blue cluster pack. They're different sizes too. There's a couple larger ones, some mediums, and a couple smaller ones. And they come in a cute little bag. So lot 8, here's the giveaway for lot 8. Pink dangles. These are a little bit smaller. And these definitely have vintage bits in them for sure. Wait, there's one still in here. Okay, so that is lot 8. Okay, lot 9 is something else that I made that I really enjoy making. And I think the next one I make is going to be for me because I never end up keeping them. And it's a vintage snippet roll. So I'm going to put it down while I take a little drink. So this is a snippet roll that I made. Lots of vintage bits in it from my hoard. This is a doily cluster on top. I did not attach it in case you wanted it to come off of here. It's layers upon layers of doilies and laces. It's even got a yo-yo there and vintage button to boot. So that sits on top. And then I made a hat pin in the colors on the snippet roll to kind of keep it closed with some glass pearls and things. So I have to take the hat pin off to show you guys. Unroll it. Okay, so this is my snippet roll. Oh, thanks, Tina. Just going to unroll it little bit by little bit. There's doilies, vintage buttons, appliques. There's some pearls there. I've got some clusters already on it for you. There's glass pearls, bridal applique or bridal lace, little rosette flower. Oh, it's upside down. Got little pieces of ribbon, like that sewing theme ribbon, some trims, yo-yos, coffee dyed doily here, and this is a very, very old glass button on there. Thank you, Shelley. Lots of doilies, little bits. There's some little fringe that hangs down on that one. Yeah, I like to make these a lot. The only thing I will say is I actually attached this to the spool. It's only with Fabri-Tac, so you should be able to get it off. You know, there's only that much on there. I attached it. So once you have finished using and, you know, chopping up pieces off your snippet roll and using it in your projects, you need to make one of your own. And then what I did on the back, so it's even pretty on the back, was I covered the back with this really pretty lace. I used the quilted batted fabric that I use for my lace books as the base for this, but I wanted the back to look pretty, so I covered it with that really pretty lace too. I knew someone was going to ask that. Let me measure it. Well, okay, so that's 14. And that's 14, so that's 28. 36 inches, so it's just shy of a, is that a yard? I think that's a yard. I think I tried to make it a yard. It's a long one. I couldn't make it any fatter, or I wouldn't be able to get it rolled up. So this is lot 9. So you're getting a really pretty vintage spool with the snippet roll and the hat pin and the doily cluster. So that's going to be my lot 9. I'm just going to set it to the side because I have to close it again. And then lot 10, I saved the best for last, I think, kind of like the piece de resistance. I think I'm calling this, what am I calling this? I'm calling this a vintage woman's loaded handbag. So if you were a vintage woman, you would have your little handbag, right? So this is the vintage handbag. It's got pearls and seed beads. It's got some wear to it. It's been worn. There's places where the beads are missing. You can see, you know, but it's vintage. So it's in vintage condition. You can see the strap's got some wear and the zipper piece is off. It still closes, but the little latch thing is off. So what would every vintage woman need in her cute little handbag, right? So we've got, get out the little bits first. You need your earrings, your vintage mother of pearl earrings with the screwbacks. You would definitely want an extra pair of earrings in your bag. You need your little lipstick. This is your little tiny metal case lipstick, very vintage. And then if you're a proper lady, you need some hankies, of course. So we've got this hanky, the white one with the flower detail. And then we've got this one, really pretty blue with the pink and green flowers. And then, you know, you might want to get really fancy. So you would need your lace gloves. And these are super vintage. You can see the aging and the color. So those are in her little bag as well. And then, of course, you've got earrings, but, you know, a true lady doesn't go anywhere without her pearls. So you get a ginormous strand of pearls. So everything you see here, including the bag, is my lot 10, which is the vintage woman's loaded handbag. What do you guys think? Is that cute? Going with the theme? Let's see if I can get it all back in here. Thanks, Tina. I thought so. I love vintage anything, so I thought it was cute. Okay, so these are my 10 lots that are going to be up for auction tomorrow during the dAFi fundraising auction on Carehart's channel starting tomorrow at noon. I hope you guys will all come. The theme of the auction tomorrow is vintage woman or vintage women. So really fun theme. There's lots of good stuff. Care did a auction preview yesterday, so if you haven't seen that, go check that video out. And I hope to see all of you there tomorrow. So thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good Friday night. Bye-bye.